Om Namo Narayana, Om Namah Shivaya, Shiva Om, Shiva Om. Welcome to another Satsang with your host, Chuck the Yogi from the Yogi Cave on this hazy summer day. Let us continue down this Kaula Jnana Nirnaya rabbit hole. Oh, beauty among gods. The fifth chakra is a great lotus of 8 petals. One should always meditate on it as being of a smoky color. By doing so, one can shake the 3 worlds. It can deprive others of their speech and can also stall the armies of an enemy. See how each chakra is conflated with a mantra, with a bij mantra and a color, and so forth and so on. These are universal principles that you'll see in Tantra all throughout, and it's all here. The Sixth Chakra is the king of chakras and is as bright as molten gold with 8 petals and pericarps. When meditating upon it with devotion, it bestows whatever one desires. It enables one to know the past and the future. To achieve the 8 powers, such as the one where you may assume a microscopic perspective in all others, there is no doubt about it. All other powers, see these. Oh, my dear one, great goddess Mahadevi, the 7th chakra is as beautiful and auspicious as the full moon. If one realizes it in the body, it bestows both enjoyment and emancipation, enables one to destroy old age and death, as well as the ability to enter into other bodies, which is kind of legendary, but people such as Naropa and Shankaracharya were known to do such things, but I'm not going to get into too much details about that. You can get into the mind of someone else, but I'm not going to get into that either. What else may not be possible? Even one may become the best of all mankind. Oh, beautiful-eyed one, the 8th great chakra of 8 petals bestows one the perfect path of Dharma, Kama, Artha, and Moksha, which are the 4 aims of life. Dharma, duty; Kama, pleasure; Artha, work; and Moksha, liberation. When meditating on the chakras as red, they always grant subjugation of others. When they are viewed as yellow, they cause paralysis. When seen as crystal white, they bestow emancipation. When seen as black, they cause death. When seen as smoke color, they overthrow one's enemies. When meditating upon them as white, like milk's cow, or cow's milk rather, one becomes a conqueror of death. It may cause excitation, paralysis, trembling, fall from grace and the light. So this idea of colors associated with a certain state or something of that nature is universal. You can see it in Afro-Caribbean traditions as much as you can see it in Tantra. One should always meditate on these chakras as a flame of fiery brightness, placing them in 8 ways in each separate place. Therefore, meditation is of 8 kinds. By prostrating to Kanchuki Devi, again and again one becomes the master of this knowledge. Devi said, "O Bhairava, my birth has become meaningful today among the Mahakaulas." So the idea of installing each chakra in each center, that's what we're talking about here. That's the essence of it. Chapter 11. Devi said, "O great God, please speak of the characteristics of food and non-duality. Being freed from all doubt, one can certainly become successful in attaining the supreme knowledge." Bhairava said, "O Devi, I will explain what you have asked in this cruel and fearful world. I will dispel all your doubts. Whosoever is always identified with non-duality will attain success." So the idea is to be in that state of samarasa, that state of non-duality, Advaita, 24/7. Whosoever acts in a dualistic way will be attracted to the yogis who have been misguided, the Brahsta yogis, from the right path, and he will become an animal, Pashu. That's their destiny. Oh Devi, there is no doubt about this. Therefore, one should abandon thinking in a dualistic way and should identify oneself with the non-dualistic Advaita path. Now I will reveal the 5 nectars, which is the secret of all secrets. This way of Kula should be specially known by the children and the practitioners desirous of success with the Siddhis. Also, it should be known by the teachers of the Kula tradition. O beautiful-eyed one, this was practiced earlier by those who attained the Siddhis, in the Kaula tradition. All beloved of the yoginis, if one knows this, one becomes an accomplished person, or siddha, with siddhis in oneself. This should be practiced by one who desires to achieve Kula siddhis, having realized the 5 nectars. The yoginis grant the siddhis to the followers with the oblation mixed with the 5 nectars. Then one becomes equal to the yoginis, identified with them, one who is a knower of the Kaula and attains the siddhis, being free from all obstacles and impediments. There's no doubt about this. So the idea is to become one with the visualized archetype, whatever that is, whether it's a yogini, whether it's Tara, whether it's whatever it is. That's the point of it. The Kaula tradition, the 5 nectars are always considered to be sacred. They are, here we go, excrement, milk of immortality, which is semen, blood, and bone marrow. All this should be mixed together. So this is a very ancient tradition that goes way, way back, further back than anything that we know of. And they're taking this and they're spinning it in a new light at this point. Oh, Devi, one should carefully offer daily, and also during special rites, the beef, ghee prepared from milks, cow's milk, blood, cow's milk, and curd. During these special rites performed with a keen desire for achieving the siddhis, the offerings should be made without any fear, without any substitution, according to the dictates of the Kaula Gama. If done any other way, it bestows neither siddhis nor liberation. Listen attentively about other offerings. One should collect, offer, and eat dog, cat, camel, jackal, horse, turtle, tortoise, boar, cat, crane, crab, swine, chicken, different species such as deer, buffalo, rhinoceros, various types of fish, or whatever may be available. By doing this, whoever was ignorant in 7 previous incarnations achieves knowledge, strength, and ability. So, yeah, I mean, vegetarianism came later. This is a strain of the Dharma that goes back to antiquity, so nothing's outside of the scope of this Dharma. Oh, my dear. One should worship the group of yoginis with different types of delicious eatables. Then one should drink as much liquor as one desires, and also the meats of 3 tastes, such as limb, both sour and sweet, if one would like to have a long life. Suitable wine made from fruits, roots, flowers, plants, corn, honey, or molasses should be offered for the satisfaction of the deities. So there's certain tantric deities that still accept liquor. That's been mostly abolished, but it's still there. We should observe the experience of non-duality as taught earlier, not otherwise. Those who take the path other than the one of non-duality fall into horrible hell, such as Avicii and Raurava. One who has gone astray from the path of non-duality is called an animal, Pashu, in the group of yoginis in the Kula tradition. So the idea is not to separate the pure from the impure, to understand the impure for what it is. And the people other than the Kaulikas that really understand this would be the Agauris, but again, these are fringe in comparison to the norm at this point. This is a secret of secrets. It should be concealed as a son that has been conceived from an illicit relation. One should conceal this non-dual path, then one will achieve all the wonderful siddhis, such as anima and others. One realization of non-duality, or upon realization of non-duality, one becomes the guru, the siddha, the disciple of Shiva. Those who are fettered by ignorance do not know this, whereas one who already knows it is already freed from bondage. One who is established in undivided consciousness accepts equally both foul smell and delicious fragrances. Everything is God, right? A yogi remains above merit and demerit, just like a lotus leaf remains unstained by water. So a yogi can act like a madman, a professional, a thief, a libertine, but truly be a yogi. O chief of deities, a yogi remains untouched by the sin of killing a Brahmin, or the merit of performing Ashvamedha sacrifice, or by the merit of bathing in sacred places, or the sin of contact with barbarians. Regardless and irrelevant for somebody that's truly non-dual. The approach of the non-dualistic experience is equal to that of non-attachment to either good or bad outcomes or the acceptance or rejection of wealth or poverty. Samarasa. This approach goes beyond desire, anger, greed, or criticism about the oblation. Such is the path of unity consciousness. So I'm going to leave it there. There's a lot to think about. I mean, I'm not urging anyone to do anything. This is just something that I'm exposing. People have to do what they need to do. They may go through periods where they, indulge in these things. I'm not to judge one way or the other. This is just for the exposure and for each one to meditate upon and to see the wisdom in it. Om Namo Narayana, Om Namah Shivaya, Shiva Om, Shiva Hum, Jai Ma, Jai Mahagan. Till next time.